But if we changed it to goodbye, exactly, exclamation mark or exclamation point as well, and then run, it still doesn't print out. It doesn't print out because is happy isn't true, so we make is happy true. And at this point you'd expect that this is printed out because is happy is true and the message equals goodbye. However, because Java evaluates this condition first, then this, and then finally drops through to this one takes precedence. So here, is happy is true, or rather, sorry, this one takes precedence. Is happy is true, as you can see here, and then not is rich, because is rich is false. That would also evaluate to true, so it's going to say, well, that's good money and it isn't everything, and you can see that here. So if we change this now and make this true, then it means that we're going to get to this part here. So if we run again, you can see it says you're fulfilled and that's good. And so it seems that there's no real way of us being able to get into this else if. So that's known as a kind of a dead branch. So it means that no matter how hard we try, we can never actually get into this branch. Now that's because is happy is always true. And because is happy is always true, and we're also bringing in the state of what is rich is, then we can never get to this one here because it's either going to do this one if is rich is true, or it's going to do this one if is rich is false. So this is actually a good reason why you might want to use something like a switch statement, where you can check on the ultimate value of something and have explicit cases or explicit chunks of code that you want to have run. But just be aware that when you have lots of ifs and else ifs and else's and that kind of stuff in a conditional like this is the cause of a lot of errors in Java programs, because it can get difficult to rationalize about which branches are going to run and which ones aren't. And in here, don't forget, we've just got a couple of variables which happen to be booleans and a string which is a message. That looks very, very simple if you think about it, just to think about and to reason about. But then when you start looking at this conditional here, we start getting into the subtleties that, like, actually we've got a dead branch here because is happy is always true, and these first two conditions are always going to execute instead of this, because we never have a case where is happy is false and is rich hasn't been either true or false, which are the only two values it can take. So at that point you'd probably remove that dead branch, rethink your code, or refactor it in some way.